this is we're done. We're gonna see if we can read 2 books at the same time, and you guys tell you we can heal. How about that? I am never ever gonna be reading a book from page to cover unless I want to make a series. And whatever.
Okay, whatever.
Milo. It's Milo. Hello, Milo. Milo. This is Milo. Milo.
Okay.
No, my turn.
It's older tech. It won't be comparable with our phones. Cyril
Look
said,
at it.
cringing when the wind
Something
surged
is
against
better
the
out
window
of the way.
Greg felt a chill slither down his spine. Whether it was related to the wind's eerie onslaught or something else, he wasn't sure.
Lucas' hair was styled into
Greg
a
returned
spiky
to
buzz
attention
cut
effect.
with
He wanted to
lines
see
curved
if he
into
could
the
pick up
side.
and maybe whatever was
What?
Greg returned his attention to Fetch. He wanted to see if he could get the dog thing to do whatever it was supposed to do.
Lucas' hair was styled into a
He
spiky
had a hunch
buzz
this
cut
might
with
be what
lines
he'd
curved
felt in the field,
into the sides
or
of
what had
lightning
called him
bolts.
here. Cyril's
Oh.
pessimism about Fetch didn't surprise Greg. He would know an opportunity if it thumped him between the eyes. Haiti, on the other hand, was relentlessly positive. He had such a sunny disposition. He pulled off what Greg
He liked to call himself
thought
Lightning
was
Looper,
nothing less than a magic
even though he never been that
Haiti was
fast.
accepted by the popular crowd despite having spent most of the time with Greg
You
and Cyril,
were
two of the
first
nerdiest
yesterday.
kids in the school.
Joanne whined, trying to sweat the
Maybe
controller
it had
back.
something to do with his looks.
It's not fair.
Greg had heard girls
You have
talking
to
about
trade
Haiti,
off.
and Haiti was either fine,
Quote
hot,
unquote.
cute, sharp,
That's
or
because
just
I'm older.
depending on the
Lucas
girl who's
said,
talking.
snagging the controller back from
Haiti
Joanne.
wandered away from the counter, and Cyril plopped down on the chair at the nearest
Yelled
table.
it up
I
over
think we
his
should
younger
go, he
brother's
said.
head.
Nah,
Just
Haiti brushed
out
him off.
of his
There's
reach.
still a lot to check out. Greg
Boys,
ignored them
settle
both.
down.
He picked up Fetch
Dad
and found a
shouted
panel
as
under
he
Fetch's
started
belly.
cleaning
Juggling
up
the
the kitchen
instructions,
table
Fetch
and cleaning
and his
away the
flashlight,
books.
Greg bit his lip and concentrated
Hold
on
on.
hitting the right buttons
Quote
in the right
unquote,
sequence.
or
For
nobody
an instant, the
goes
wind and
first
rain lit up,
anywhere,
leaving the building
except to
in
the
its silence that felt
bedrooms
almost
2 feet
menacing.
grounded.
Greg glanced up at the ceiling. He noticed a large stain above his head. A water stain? Distracted from the task for a second, he shined the light over the whole ceiling. No other stains. In fact, why did the whole inside of the restaurant dripping? They thought he'd seen part of the metal roof missing when he'd first looked at the building. Why wasn't it leaking? Shrugging, he returned to his attention to Fetch. At this point, he was randomly pushing buttons. None of the sequences laid out in the instructions were doing anything. As abruptly as it had stopped, the wind and rain started up again in a crescendo of maniacal drumming, pounding, and wailing. That's when Fetch moved. Suddenly, with a whirring sound, Fetch's head raised. Then his gaping, tooth-filled mouth opened, and he growled. What the HE double hockey sticks? Greg dropped Fetch on the counter and leaped back. Simultaneously. Simon erupted from his chair. What? He asked, returning to his friends. Greg pointed at Fetch. His head and mouth were in clearly different positions when they had been when they found him. Sick, Haiti said. They all stared at Fetch, edging backward in an unspoken agreement. The little distance was a good idea in case Fetch did something else. They waited. So did Fetch. Haiti got bored first. He shined his flashlight in the direction of the stage. What do you think is behind the curtain? I think I don't want to know, Cyril said. Behind them, a door slammed. Inside the building, as a unit, the boys ran through the dining room and down in the hall to the storage room they'd broken into. Even though he was the smallest, Cyril reached the room first. He was out through the narrow gap they managed to create in the jammed service door, opening before the other boys could squeeze through. Outside, pelted by rain, streaking sideways, they grabbed their bikes. Greg feared the wind was gusting over 50 miles per hour now. No way they could bike home. He looked at Haiti, whose curly black hair was matted against his head.
Hades.
Without looking back,
Dad chuckled.
Haiti burst out laughing, and Greg joined in. Cyril hesitated and started laughing too. Come on, Hades shouted over the
Even though he
screaming wind.
wasn't in shape the
Without
way
looking
he
back at the
used to
restaurant,
be
they put
when
their
he
heads
was
down and
head
pushed
to
their
age.
bikes against the storm.
The pictures
As he
from
trudged beside
when
his
he
friends,
was
Greg
young
thought about
looked
why
so
he wanted
much
to see
like Hector
one of them to
was
come to the
almost
abandoned restaurant.
eerie.
They left so much of it unexplored, like the area
Dad
behind
loved
the curtain. They'd been 3 closed doors
regaling
off the
them
hallway.
with stories about his glory days of
2.
racing,
What was behind them?
especially
Greg was afraid he
overall
might not have gotten to see what
boys'
he
stories,
was there
family,
for. Had he done what he was meant to
family
do?
dinners.
Greg was close to home when a woman
Mount
called
Olympus
out, "Wet enough for you?"
is a
He
yield
stopped,
to
wiped his
race.
eyes,
He
and squinted
came
through
in
the rain.
fourth place,
"Hey, Miss Peters,"
right
he called
behind
when
the
he saw his
mother,
elderly
who
neighbor
took
standing
third
on her covered
place.
front porch. She threw up
They
her
both
skinny
had
arms.
been
"Love
so
these
close, but
storms,"
so far at the
she
same
sang
time.
out. He laughed and waved at her. "Enjoy," he shouted.
Take that,
She waved
Seuss.
too, and he plodded on.
Luca
When
yelled
he
at
neared
the
his parents'
television.
tall, modern oceanfront house, Greg
He
was
and
surprised to
Joanna
see a
were
light in
playing
the living
some
room
new
window.
fantasy
The town
game featuring
was
the
still
Greek
dark.
gods.
When he parted with Cyril and Haiti, the
They
only
were
lights
totally
he seen
obsessed with
were
it
their flashlights,
lately.
bobbing along like
Quote
disembodied
unquote,
spirits.
I'm so gonna take over Mount Olympus.
And the flickers of what looked like candles
No
inside a
matter
couple
what they were
houses.
doing. Everyone in the Gomez family
The light
was
in his window, however,
competitive.
was bright and steady. When he pulled his
Hector
bike
jealously
next from the
watched
stove
Joanna
and
and
raised
Luca
the house a full
jamming at the
story opposite
PlayStation
round, he
controller.
discovered why he'd seen the light at first, drowned out by the
His stomach churned.
thunderous sounds of the wind
He
and
wished he
rain.
could
He
just
hadn't
go
heard the
in
mirror
there
until he
and join
practically walked
them,
into it. A shiny new
or
generator
do
sat
what
under
he
the house,
really
chugging
wanted
away,
to.
a cord extending past the
Wander
two-car
around
garage and up the
outside and
stairs to the
snap
front door.
pictures of landscapes,
Greg
or
peeled off his
animals,
dripping rain jacket
or
as he
just about anything.
climbed the steps. Before he reached the front door, it opened.
Can't
"There
I
you all
play hooky
are,
just this
boyo!"
once?
Greg's Uncle Darren grinned down at him.
Hector
His
pleaded with
mountainous
Phil,
6'5",
feeling
broad-shouldered
the words
frame
still
covered the doorway.
stick to
I was
his
about to
tongue,
mount a search
which
paw.
felt thick
I was
in
about
his
to mount a
mouth.
search pause. You didn't answer your phone. Greg reached
Magic
the entry and
hours around
exchanged
sunset.
his uncle's
It's the best
signature
time to
greeting.
take
A
pictures.
half-hug,
I
double fist
always
bump.
miss it.
Sorry, Dare. I didn't hear it. He pulled the phone
Phil
from
cut
his
him off.
pocket and tapped it. Dare had texted and called him
Heroes
multiple
don't
times.
play hooky.
Wow, I swear I didn't hear it.
You want to
Who could
win
hear
that
anything
cup.
in this wind?
Don't
Get
you?
inside. Where'd the generator come from? Greg asked. He didn't really care. He was trying to distract himself from things.
You can take
Why
pictures
he didn't
another
hear the
time.
phone in the restaurant.
We can't afford to slack off right now. What? But please, just one day,
It
Hector
hadn't
said,
been that loud inside. Could it
almost
be because I
swallowing the
got an
words.
Olympia? Your dad's been
Liar,
saying for
liar,
years he
head
didn't
on
need it.
fire.
But that's bull honky.
Quote
I
unquote.
told him
I promise.
he's
I'll
going to wish
train
he had
extra
one.
hard
They've
tomorrow.
said saying the storms will be much worse this winter. I wouldn't.
Dad
And
looked
wouldn't you
over
know
and
it,
met
they
his
came
eyes.
early this year. How about that rain you
Quote
got last week
unquote,
for Halloween?
son.
Dare shook
I
his head.
know it's
Of
almost
course,
time
your
for the
dad
big
won't listen.
race.
Greg didn't remember that
Trust
argument,
me.
but then
I've
Darren,
been
Greg's
there.
dad, had so many
I've
arguments.
been
How
there.
could he remember any
Standing
specific
right
one?
in your little,
Uncle
I
Darren
mean
was
big
Greg's
shoes.
mother's brother, but her only
It
sibling,
can
and
feel
they were
scary.
close. Greg and Dare were
But you
even
know
closer.
how much this
But Greg's
means to
dad
our
hated
family,
Dare
right?
for very reasons. Greg loved him, but Dare was flamboyant and fun. Darren needs
That's
to grow
right.
up. Greg's
You
dad
deserve to
would
win
say
that
over and
cup,
over.
Phil
With the long
said.
hair dyed purple and worn in
Piling
green, and
onto the
bright
guilt
colored
trip.
suits and ties paired.
Guilt Trip! An episode! That's an episode of Miraculous Season 4. What?
You just interrupted. You just yelled that out like it was important. With painfully patterned shirts, Dare had his own distinct look. That
Yep,
Dare was also
and this
wealthy,
is
a
our
successful
last
inventor
chance.
of car parts, and had the most
Got at
amazing
it.
luck with his
Clapping
investments.
Hector on the
And money
soda.
in general was the nail in this coffin.
Quote
As far as
unquote,
Greg's
you
dad was
might be the
concerned,
youngest
peop-
Gomez,
cons-
but you're
concerned, people
also
like him
the
don't deserve
fastest
success.
and
He often
strongest.
groused. Greg's dad
This
was
is our year to
contractor.
win it.
He worked more than he wanted to afford their big house and the expensive cars he liked. The
They
fact
look
that Dare lived on 10
expectantly at
10-acre
Hector.
estate made tons of money
The
from
desire
tinkering in
for the
his
shoes
workshop was
cup
too
clearly
much.
shown in
Greg
their
loved
eyes.
Dare the way he wished he would love his dad. Dare had done nothing but accept Greg. From this day,
It was
he pushed his
true.
little head
He was the last
entered
chance.
the war. Despite
Hector didn't
the
know
fact
how much this
that
meant
Greg
to
was
them.
never a cute baby, he hadn't turned out into a cute kid. His face was too long,
It
his
had
eyes were
been
too close
drilled
together, and
into
his
his
nose was
head
too small.
since he was a baby. Maybe ever since before he was born. There was no
Compensated for
avoiding
all
his
of that
fate or
with long,
fate,
wavy blonde hair,
as
a
the
great
Greek
smile,
gods
or so a
called
girl in
them.
his former 8th grade class had said, and
Of
enough
course,
height and muscle to think
Hector
he might
forced
not be
himself
total
to say.
lost cause after high school. Never joined
What's
the typical
pointless
boy
to
things like
argue?
cars and sports, no matter how hard his dad tried to force them
Mount
down his throat.
Olympus.
Greg found an alley in Dare, who didn't question Greg's likes or dislikes. He accepted Greg as he was.
Bill
Where's
said,
Mom?
tapping
Greg
his
asked Dare.
clipboard.
Book club.
You have
Greg
to have
didn't
a
ask about his
solid
dad. When he
finish
didn't care,
to
he knew
even
his dad would be
qualify
playing
for a
poker with
slot
his buddies.
in the
That
big
was how he
one.
spent his Saturday evenings, even
We
if he
don't
had to
have
play
any
cards by
time to do
candlelight.
this. Especially
Where were you boys
taking
in this weather?
boring pictures
Dare
of
asked.
the
Can I
lame
get
nature
that secret?
stuff.
Dare tilted his huge head and stroked his graying goatee. Sure, I trust you.
Quote unquote,
Thanks.
yeah. Okay.
You good?
Yeah? Why?
Because you just stopped and just looked down like...
Because this is space.
No, like, I know, but like, it looked like you were saying in your mind, like, why am I here? Why am I on this?
They don't understand me, Hector thought glumly as he slunk off to his bedroom and to grab his athletic bag and a run of shoes.
You want to play backgammon? Dare asked.
Oh, are you talking to me?
No.
They don't even
Can I
bother
take a
to
rain
try.
Ha! Good one. Dare gestured to Greg's
He eyed the camera sticking out of
Greg
his
shook his
bag.
head. Unintentional.
Sticking out of his
I just
bag.
wanted to do
Then
some
reached
reading.
for it
Sure,
and
no
picked it
problem.
up,
I just came by and set
feeling
up
the
the generator
smooth
for you
button
guys
that
when you
triggered
weren't here,
it
and I
to
couldn't get a
snap
hold of you. I
pictures.
figured I'd stay until I fried my circuits and made my phone the police.
Quote unquote, hurry
Greg
up!
grinned. I'm glad I made it
Phil
home before you called the cops.
Making Hector
Me
almost
too.
drop
Dare
the
started to reach for
camera.
his Magneta raincoat and then hesitated and snapped his fingers. Oh, by the way, I heard you got your first babysitting gig.
He started to
Glad you
leave the
finally got your
camera
old
on his
man
desk,
around.
scooping
It was
up
really thanks
his of the
to you.
athletic bag
Once you
instead.
threw your 2 cents in,
But then he
it was
hesitated.
3 against 1. I'm sitting for the McNally's kid next week. Jake?
Maybe
I
I
need
can
someone to watch
sneak
him on
off
Saturdays.
and
No
snap some
way,
pictures
his mom.
during
His mom and
training.
I go way back.
Maybe I can
I'll
sneak
stop by
off and
sometime,
snap
bring
some
you guys a
pictures
treat,
during
and bring my new
training.
puppy. I've been thinking seriously about getting a dog. Really? Cool. Yeah.
That thought cheered him up
has the
slightly.
Sue that's going
He
to have
snuck
puppies
the
soon.
camera
I'm
into
thinking
his sports bag,
I've been without
carefully
a dog
tucking
long
it
enough.
inside
I miss
a
having a dog
towel.
to cuddle with.
He's sneaking his camera to his training.
This guy, Greg's uncle, is saying that I miss having a dog to cuddle with. I mean, the kid on the front page does kind of look like
Hercules.
Hercules. Yeah, he looks like Hercules, but black hair.
He does, and they call him Wonder Boy.
He's strong. I heard you say that one.
Yeah, he's strong, he's fast.
Well, Hades over there is looking fat as heck.
Let me show you guys what she means. You know, I'm thinking of making a whole entire part, like a whole entire, not season, but a part of reading one of the chapters of this book. So if you want to see that, please give this video 3 likes. A few.
There's a security logbook you can get for that.
Oh, wait, what?
Security logbook.
Yeah, what does that do? What's a logbook?
I guess it like tells you how to be a security guard or something. Mellow. Greg laughed. Just be sure it's a nice Shih Tzu, whatever. I think the beast next door is a part Shih Tzu. That snaggle-toothed mongrel? Nah, no dog of mine will be like that. Remember, Dare said, holding up his right index finger. On which he wore his favorite onyx and gold ring. I have. The magic finger of luck, Dare and Greg said in fusion. They laughed. The magic finger of luck had been an ongoing joke since Greg was about 4 years old. One day, Greg was crying because he wanted the stuffed octopus in a claw machine. He hadn't been able to get it. When his mother put money in the machine and he tried with his claw, Dare had tapped the glass of the claw machine with his right index finger and said in a deep voice, I have the magic finger of luck. I will get you the octopus. And he had done it in the first try. After that, Dare called in the magic finger of luck to get things to go his way. It pretty much always worked. Greg stopped laughing, thinking again about the neighbor's dog. Yeah, I still can't believe that thing bit me. The neighbors next door had moved in than the year before, and 2 days later, their dog, a small but evil mutt with very sharp teeth and one missing eye, charged out at Greg and bit him on the ankle. He had to have 10 stitches.
Oh.
Dog, man.
Make sure you don't get this video shut down. I mean, like, can it actually, like, get shut down?
I mean, no.
Oh, the channel couldn't, probably, but probably the video can get deleted by YouTube.
I mean, yeah, it's up to YouTube.
I feel like YouTube wouldn't, like, just ban the channel because it's not our fault that it says that. According to the book, how can we stop reading? We can only stop reading on our own time, not when we...
Remember that now. Okay. Okay, you start reading first. So you can read.
As he headed for the door, he caught sight of his reflection in the mirror.
Dare said, before I go though, let's make sure everything's
head on
working
fire.
15 minutes later, Greg was lounging on his double bed
every bit
by the nice bright light of the red pendant reading
his
lamp.
family
Dare
wanted
had
him to
gotten
be.
the family a power transfer system for the generator.
By
They
his
hooked
side,
up
he
the
felt
breakfast
different.
breaker box. With the flip of a few switches, power was restored
He was
to
a
the whole
Gomez,
house. Thought that's especially for your gaming needs. Dare said before giving Greg another half hug, double fist bump, and leaving. Even though he really wanted to get to his reading, Greg took the time to do his nightly yoga routine before sliding under the oversized afghan Dare had knitting for him. Dare had also taught him yoga, and Greg loved it. It would not only calm him down before bed, it helped him stay in shape. Not that good shape.
He headed for the door, and the rigorous obstacle-filled workout that awaited him at the local town field.
And legs, his torso was still too thin, and his face. Greg's phone buzzed. He picked it up and looked at the text from Haiti.
And his beat-up cherry red pickup truck
as if he was
failed
scared enough to
through the center of Mount Olympus.
He texted back,
a
playing dumb. You can't fool me.
Square filled with local shops.
Okay, Greg responded.
Governed by that
I'm good.
one
Need more courage, I guess. You need Brian Reinhardt's brain. He's not afraid of anything.
Welcome to Mount
Good
Olympus.
Brian Reinhardt was the football team star running back.
Home of the Mount Olympus Spantan Run. With the cheerful sign leading to
powerful
town.
enough to thump scary things. Greg laughed again, but Haiti was on something. If Greg was going to do what he set out to do, why didn't he pick and choose what he wanted? Okay, he typed in, but I want Don Waring's chest too then. Greg grinned at the idea of constructing a body from football players' parts. He needed a good face though, especially if he was going to get a girl to pay attention to him. I want Ron Fisher's eyes,
Hector cringed at the reminder of his
Neil
future.
Manning's nose? Greg smiled and typed.
It wasn't just that he had to get through the race in 2 weeks.
Mouth?
If he
Greg
did
thought
well,
about it and
he knew that
BFG.
that wouldn't be the end of it.
Greg smiled. He couldn't picture
His
Hades'
parents
big
would want him
grin.
to keep
Hair?
learning in the hopes of getting a top scholarship in college, just like Phil was doing.
Greg typed in beefy end.
The more successful he was in these races, the more hopes would be pinned on his promising athletic career.
They were the key to his.
It was like a double-edged sword.
He just had
Mount
Haiti more than
Olympus.
just a silly game. Well, they were at least the catalyst. Learning about Cleve Baxter's experience and had launched him down to the road when he was on.
If he
But the
failed,
plants wouldn't help
he would
him
let
tonight.
his whole
He
family
needed to
down.
review and he knew about random
But if
event
he
generators.
succeeded, if
or
he
REGs.
won
He flipped
the
through his
race
book.
and captured
Yes,
the Zeus Cup,
There
then
it
the
is.
pressure would never
In
stop.
conscious cause and effect.
But
He put the
what
book down and
choice
skimmed his last
did
journal
he
entry.
have?
He didn't misinterpret what he'd gotten, had he? No, he didn't think so. So he was either on the right track or he wasn't.
Oblivious
And
to
if he wasn't,
Hector's
he didn't know
angst,
what he wanted to
Phil
know. What
cracked
track
up the
he was on.
radio,
The way he
bobbing